Lori loved and invested in this beanbag that turns into a bed, so we had to try it out. It comes packaged like a new mattress, so it took us a few minutes to unwrap it from all the plastic. After, we spent a couple minutes fluffing it out, and then waited about 20 minutes. The bed is super comfortable and will apparently fully fluff over the next 7 days also. It also came with this cover, and all we had to do was stuff the bed into it and zip it up to turn it into a beanbag. Robert loved this vegan, gluten-free, edible cookie dough and made an offer, but they didn't end up coming to an agreement. However, we still wanted to try it for ourselves. First up is this birthday cake flavor, and we thought it was pretty good. Next up, chocolate chip, and this one we absolutely loved. And finally, their brownie batter, and this was our second favorite. You can also, of course, make them into cookies and bake them for just 8 minutes. The baked cookies were so good. Surprisingly, we liked them more than the raw cookie dough. Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary loved and invested in this banana kitchen gadget. We loved the idea of perfectly filling a banana with a topping, so we wanted to see how easy it was to use. The instructions came written on the box, and it took us less than 5 minutes to fully figure it out. Inside here goes your topping of choice, and we couldn't resist going with Nutella. On our first time trying it, our only wish was that we pushed down a little harder to fill it with extra Nutella, but as you can see, it still had a good amount in every bite. The amount of times I've hit my hand while hammering is embarrassing. This safety nailer got an investment from 3 sharks, so we had to try it out. We loved how magnetic it is, just look at that. It's really comfortable to hold and honestly couldn't be easier to use. If you have a toolbox without this in it, it's time to reconsider that. You all wanted to see this one, so let's try a Scrub Daddy for the first time. First off, a scrub comparison for day-old hardened ketchup. The Scrub Daddy got a majority of it off right away, and our current sponge stood no chance. There's something satisfying about cleaning silverware easily in its mouth, and using the eye holes made washing deep into a cup really easy. This one deserves all the hype it gets. These cheese bars didn't get an offer on Shark Tank, but I still wanted to try them out. I'm taking a blind guess at the flavors here.
I don't taste a specific flavor with this one. It kind of just tastes like Parmesan cheese in general.
Jalapeno is definitely my favorite of the 3 flavors.
So this one's definitely a little bit spicy. It tastes like a jalapeno pepper or some type of pepper.
All of these flavors have high protein and low carbs as well.
This one tastes similar to the first one, but a different type of cheese. Maybe more like a cheddar cheese or something like that.
Dropping your phone in the crack of your car is dangerous and annoying. Lori invested in this product, so it must be good. So let's try it out. It fit perfectly in our car and was pretty easy to put into place. We tried dropping our phone, keys, and some coins onto the drop stop, and it held all of them perfectly. The purchase also came with this slide-free pad, and we were surprised at how well it held both our keys and phone on it. It also left no residue on them when taking them off. These are reusable bamboo paper towels. I didn't know what to expect with these, but I was surprised at how different and durable they felt. We cleaned up a mess to test washing them afterwards in the sink, and even the green matcha stain came fully out. Apparently you can also use them on a Swiffer, so we tried that too, and it honestly worked like a charm. And lastly, they also claim to be machine washable, so we threw one in with a load of laundry and it came out perfectly clean and not ripped at all. Lori invested in this product, so let's try it out. It's called the Flip Stick and it's supposed to stick to walls or be used as a kickstand for your phone. I like that you can fold it shut when you're not using it, but honestly I wouldn't rely on the kickstand, it's a bit flimsy. However, it does stick really well to every surface we tried in our apartment. Mark and Lori both invested in this one, which means it's time to try it out. It's a wearable blanket that's supposed to simulate the feeling of being hugged and help you fall asleep. This is my first time trying to lay inside of it, and it really is super comforting. The material allows it to stretch while you're getting comfortable, which I really like. It doesn't feel like you're getting trapped inside of it. And how genius are the footholes on the bottom, which let you pull out one or both of your legs. Kevin and Lori invested in a snacking tool of the future, so let's try it out. It feels a little odd, but it does fit comfortably on your 2 fingers. We tried it in a few different situations, and it really did keep our fingers completely clean every time. I'm very protective of my mouse and keyboard, but I like snacking at my desk, so I'm definitely keeping this one right by my side. Damon not only loved this product, he bought 100% of the company. I was worried this car doorstep wouldn't feel sturdy, but it's strong enough to support 400 pounds and really does feel that way. You can use it for cargo bags, canoes, skis, and more. Lori loved and invested in this product that looks like a scrunchie, but it's much more than that. Drink spiking is unfortunately very common, and this is a reusable solution to that problem. There's a drink cover hidden inside the scrunchie, ready to be pulled out whenever you need it. It also folds back into itself with ease. This product is truly a small price to pay for something that can potentially save your life. This tool claims to be the best way to slice and store cheese, but it didn't get a deal on Shark Tank. We're going to try it anyways. It comes with 3 different attachments and we tried the wire first. It felt pretty satisfying to use and also let us cut super thin slices that would be impossible with a knife. Next, we tried the shredder, and honestly, after quite a few failed attempts, we could not get this one to work. And finally, the blade. We wanted to see how fast we could slice with this, and it was pretty efficient. It's awesome that you can store the whole thing in the fridge after slicing.
Mark Cuban invested $300,000 in this, so let's try it. If you like mushrooms, give them a shot.
Robert invested in this water bottle that you can also wash your hands with. I wish the little container held more soap than it does, but it should be plenty for multiple washes. The water bottle is easy to dispense soap from, and the design of the spout is super clever. It allows you to pull up on it to release just a little water for hand washing, or you can twist it off to drink directly from the spout. Like and follow for more Shark Tank finds. Is this granola butter the best spread? It's not any less calories than peanut butter or Nutella, but it is gluten-free and vegan. The consistency when you first get the jar is super interesting and takes a few minutes of stirring to get it to a spreading thickness. I tried it on an English muffin and I genuinely think it tastes better than regular peanut butter or Nutella. This product inflates to give you light. It packs up super thin and only takes one breath to fully inflate. The handle on it makes carrying it convenient, and on the top you can check the current battery level. You have two options for charging, either by micro USB in about an hour or just use the solar panel on top. We were genuinely surprised by how bright it is, and we can't wait to take it camping with us. This is supposed to be a hoodie that doubles as a backpack. I tried it on as a hoodie first, and it's honestly one of the most comfortable sweatshirts I own. Since wrapping your sweatshirt around your waist when you're hot sucks, this has a built-in backpack instead. The sweatshirt basically just folds into itself in a matter of seconds and then can be closed off with the drawstrings. It has so much extra room inside that you can even carry your friend's sweatshirt, a water bottle, or your wallet and keys. Lori invested in this product that claims to be the best way to cut wrapping paper, so let's try it out. We were able to figure out how to use it pretty fast. On just our second attempt, we got a full cut all the way across in one quick motion. It's significantly easier than using scissors, and you can also use it to hold the roll together after you finish cutting. Robert invested in these elastic shoelaces that are supposed to be improvements to regular ones by helping you easily slip in and out of your shoes. So we replaced our old shoelaces on one shoe to try them out. The first videos here are taking off and putting on a shoe with the regular shoelaces still tied, and next the same but with the stretch laces. It's clearly significantly easier to do both with the stretch laces. Lori invested in this paintbrush cover that's supposed to keep your paintbrush from drying out. We don't paint often, but we wanted to try out this product anyways. We set up one brush on a paper plate and the other inside the cover. The first test was after 3 hours, and the paintbrush that was left on the plate was almost entirely dried out. The one that was left inside the cover had a full coating of paint still on it, as if brand new. We also tested the paintbrush inside the cover after 48 hours, and it still had wet paint. This definitely gets our stamp of approval. This company left Shark Tank without a deal, but since I've tried a dozen different protein ball recipes, I wanted to give my honest opinion as well. There are a bunch of choices for which ingredients to mix into the packet, but we went with milk, honey, and granola butter. After forming them into balls, they have the perfect consistency, sweetness, and flavor, and I can't rave about these enough. None of the sharks invested in this broom with a built-in vacuum, but we're still trying it. The build quality of the broom is a little poor, but we love how convenient it is to be able to vacuum right after. Overall, we'll definitely use it for any small messes we have. Mark and Lori invested together in this tape that only sticks to itself and not to anything else. We have a ton of cords that are loose, and while zip ties are an option, it's annoying cutting them off every time. This tape is much easier. We also have a few board games with loose cards that might get lost, and this tape works perfectly for them. It doesn't leave any residue on the cards or ruin them at all. Lori invested in this fur zapper that's supposed to remove fur from clothes while washing, so let's try it out. I threw in a few pieces of clothing with a ton of fur from small to large pieces to really give it a good test. After the wash cycle, they caught a good amount of hair. Then I threw them into the dryer with my clothes, and when I pulled them out of the dryer, they were absolutely covered in hair. They also brought a ton of hair to the link catcher. Unfortunately though, my clothing still had a little bit of hair on it, so they definitely were not perfect. Mark gave Cup Bop $1 million, so we of course had to try it out also. It's a fast casual Korean barbecue restaurant. Each bowl has rice, cabbage, and noodles, and you choose your meat. I went with the barbecue beef and barbecue chicken combo. Then you choose your spice level, and I did the 7.5 out of 10, which is their special sauce combo. It's topped with sesame seeds, and it was honestly so delicious. I'd highly recommend checking it out. Lori invested in this fry wall that's supposed to be the best splatter guard, so let's try it out. It fits nicely around the pan, and you can see all of the bacon grease that it caught on it. It's dishwasher safe, comes in many sizes, and better than a splatter screen because you still have access to whatever you're cooking. This one might become a kitchen favorite. Mark Cuban offered Must Love $1 million, but they denied. We still had to try it out. It's non-dairy, banana-based ice cream. We tried their vanilla flavor and their cashew cookie. When I tell you I literally couldn't put it down, I mean it. It's absurdly good. Also, this much ice cream is just one serving.
That one's even better. So good.
Kevin O'Leary invested in Wad Free, so we had to try it out. It's supposed to be a laundry gadget that prevents sheets from tangling, twisting, and balling up in the washer and dryer. We tested with both a regular sheet and a fitted sheet in the same cycle with clothes inside too. While the results weren't 100% perfect, the Wad Free did an excellent job overall, and we'll definitely continue to use it. But what do you think of this product? Atlas Monroe turned down $1 million offer on Shark Tank, so we had to try it out. All of their food is vegan and plant-based. This is their fried chicken first.
Wow, it's amazing. You guys gotta try it. So it's super crispy. It honestly tastes like real chicken. Like you wouldn't know you're not eating chicken. It's got a really nice spice to it on the outside. The crust is really good. Here's the inside of the chicken there. It's just super juicy and it's delicious. Chicken and waffles is my favorite food of all time. I eat it everywhere I go. Out of all chicken and waffles I've ever had, I'm gonna give this like a 9.6 out of 10.
It also won Best Fried Chicken at the National Fried Chicken Festival. Here's their ground beef tacos.
It tastes exactly like a taco. I mean, there's no way you would know it's not ground beef. For a minute, I totally forgot that everything in this taco is also vegan, including the cheese and all the sauces and everything like that. It's definitely like one of the best tacos I've had. I'm gonna give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
Next up here is their Korean barbecue pork.
It's a really nice take on like a typical like Korean bibimbap. The beef is really, really good. It's super tender. It's got a really nice smokiness and barbecue flavor to it. So even down to the texture, it feels and tastes exactly like pork in your mouth as well. I'm gonna give this one a 9.3 out of 10.
Atlas Monroe has also been featured on Forbes, Yahoo, and CNBC.
It's pretty crazy. It's really, really good. So this chicken cheeseburger, it's like super rich in flavor. There's a ton going on. The bacon on it tastes absolutely delicious. On a scale of like chicken burgers, I'm gonna give it an 8.2 out of 10.
And our final entree is their ground beef lasagna.
It's super soft and super creamy. Actually 20 layers of flavors in the lasagna. I'm gonna give it an 8.6 out of 10.
They also make a few different vegan desserts, and we started with these beignets dipped in a homemade chocolate sauce.
So this is absolutely incredible. It's super fluffy. The chocolate sauce is delicious, super chocolatey, super rich. Pastry is just perfect. We ate the beignets too fast, so I don't have them in my hand anymore. Nothing gets a perfect 10, but those beignets were incredible, so I'm gonna give them a 9.9.
And finally, their chocolate cake with vanilla buttercream frosting.
I'm usually not super into super chocolatey desserts, but it's got a really nice chocolate finish to it. Super delicious and moist and fluffy. I'm gonna give it a 9.1 out of 10.
No sharks invested in this one, but I'm still trying it out. I tried very hard to open the line latch with it on my keys, but it's actually impossible. The only way to open it is by removing the keychain ring. It stores any jewelry, pills, or small items, and it's great for workouts, traveling, and more. It fits really nicely on your keys, and just having it attached to your keys keeps it locked up. Would you invest in this product? Robert and Lori invested $500,000 into Fuzi, so we had to try it out. I started with 2 ice-cold drinks, both around 39 degrees, and held them in my hands for 15 minutes. At the end, the one not in the Fuzi was up to 51 degrees, and the one in it was 7 degrees colder, below 44. It also has an anti-gravity handle on the side, making it super easy to hold, and the product itself is literally made of NASA materials, making it absurdly light. Mark tried to fully buy out the pizza pack, but Lori's deal was accepted instead. I found it to be much more convenient at storing my pizza than individually wrapping slices in tinfoil or throwing the whole box in your fridge. It takes up very little space and also comes with trays which keep the slices separated and also double as plates to microwave the slices on the next day. Would you have invested in this? Mark and Maria Sharapova invested in Bala bangles, so let's try them out. They're a set of 1-pound weights that wrap around your wrist to make any workout or daily activity just a little more difficult. I wore them for a couple hours while playing games, cooking, petting my cat, and typing on my keyboard, and I definitely felt the difference by the end. Kevin invested $300,000 into Love Pops, so let's try them out. They seamlessly open into laser-cut 3D designs.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
And have a tuck-away note card in them as well to write your own personal message. They're definitely super unique. Lori and Peter invested in these hats that slow down the ripening process of bananas, so we're trying them out. Half of the bananas from our bundle are getting the hat, and the other aren't, so now let's wait.
It's been about 2 weeks now. Let's check on the results.
From the outside, the bananas look pretty much identical, and it's hard to tell which is which. I opened one up from each bundle to double check, and yeah, I don't see any difference at all, unfortunately. Kevin invested in these hats, beanies, and headbands that have an adjustable and rechargeable LED light built in, so we're trying them out. They're super comfortable, and I love that you no longer have to hold your flashlight when replacing your tires or running outside late at night. I can't imagine camping without these anymore, so I'm giving them a 10 out of 10. Lori invested in this heavy-duty hand soap, so let's put it to the test.
Really hope it works for this.
I painted my hands fully green, scrubbed for about 30 seconds, and after rinsing, my hands were completely clean. So let's try a harder test. Next, I super glued my palm.
I can't even close my hand right now.
For a fair comparison, I first tried with regular soap. It did absolutely nothing, so let's see if Grip Clean works. I had to do 2 full scrubs to get the super glue fully off, but it did end up fully working. Barbara invested in this wearable blanket, so let's try it out.
Look how large this thing is. I'm gonna try it on. You can get lost in this thing. Yeah, this is the most comfortable thing I've ever owned. I'm never taking this off. It's incredibly soft on the inside, literally everywhere, and on the outside. It's got a huge pocket right here for both of your hands to easily fit in. I'm gonna wear this every single day in the winter.
All 5 Shark Tank sharks invested in this cutting board, so let's check it out. There are divots on the side to catch liquids or juices as you're chopping. There's also a tray that hangs over your counter edge. You can fill it with your prepped food or your scraps, and when you're done, it easily detaches to make cleanup a breeze. No Sharks made a deal with this edible cookie dough, but I'm still trying it out. I got 3 of their flavors and tried them all raw and baked. Unsurprisingly, I preferred the raw cookie dough over the baked cookies. 9 out of 10. Shark Tank Lori invested $400,000 in these soup trays, so let's try them. You can use them for meal prep, chicken broth, or leftover soup like I am. The lid is airtight and you can freeze each individual soup portion. The silicone design makes it easy to pop out whenever you want to reheat your soup. Shark Tank Lori invested in these, so let's try them. They can be used to grab hot food out of the microwave, as a splatter guard, as a trivet for hot dishes, as a handle cover for pots on the stove, as a utensil rest for spoons or spatulas, and even as a bottle opener. Shark Tank Lori and A-Rod invested $150,000 in these sticks, which are supposed to remove odor and inhibit bacteria growth in your shoes, gloves, and more. My snowboard boots smell horrific after a long winter season, so I took off the rope on the back and tossed them in for 2 days.
These have been in there now for 48 hours. Let's check on them and see how they smell.
There was a massive difference after 48 hours, and the inserts are also replaceable. Shark Tank Lori invested $50,000 in these wet wipe alternatives, so let's try them. A 1-ounce bottle replaces up to 50 wet wipes, and they're easy to use. Just spray it onto your toilet paper, wipe with it, and flush it safely down the toilet. They also make body cleansing sprays in a few different scents, which are a perfect quick shower alternative. Just spray into a towel and wipe yourself down to clean yourself, or skip the towel and spray directly onto your skin. They also have a locking mechanism built in, making them perfect for traveling with. Mark and Barbara invested in the click and carry, so we're trying it out. Rather than being an octopus when carrying your bags from the car, this can hold up to 80 pounds of weight. The design of the product makes the weight distribute equally, so it's super easy and comfortable to hold in just one hand. You can also throw it over your shoulder to make carrying even easier. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this product.
But did the Sharks actually think they tasted good, or was it just for the production? First up, the Burger Welly. A little bit of sesame seeds on the outside. Looks really like doughy and buttery. The Classic Welly. There it is outside of its packaging. Looks like a little bit of maybe oregano on the top of that. The Breakfast Welly, and there's that outside of the packaging. It's been 25 minutes, let's get these out of the oven. Instantly hit with that smell, and oh my god, guys, that's too good. I cannot wait to try these. We're gonna dive into the classic one first. Gotta try their classic first. This is a center cut filet wrapped in that flaky puff pastry and mushroom duxelle. As always, got my cat with me to try these out, or she's just gonna watch me try them probably. Let's get a cross-section cut of this classic right here. Here's the inside of this one right here. They're opened up, and oh my god, guys, that one is just looking so delicious. How gorgeous does that look, guys? It looks like a delicious cheeseburger to me. The food overall was honestly pretty delicious. It's food that I would definitely get and eat again.
Shark Tank Mark and Lori invested in this human-sized dog bed, so you know I had to get one. The inside is wildly comfortable. It's gel-infused memory foam. It has a pocket on the side for your phone or remote, and I've slept in this in multiple positions and in multiple places, including on my couch wrapped in a soft blanket and on my coffee table. No Sharks invested in these ornament anchors, but I'm still testing them out. Ornaments fall off of trees and break super easily. To solve that, these loop around the hanger, forming a knot that will hold the ornament. Then you tighten the anchor onto the tree, and no matter how hard you shake, how badly your cat wants it to fall off, or if the tree tips over, those ornaments will not go anywhere.